Welcome again, guys, to another KD's Everything channel. Hi, Sunny Bunny. So, right now, guys, I will be doing a poem for you all that is called, the title of this poem is called Ungrateful. And I don't know if you remember in a video, I said I was working with a company for 1+ odd years and one for over 2+ odd years. The one for 1+ odd years, 1 + 1 year, I've decided to quit on, to just go in one day, and I decided to just go home. Couldn't take no more. It's a company that I have saved 5 major contract for, and I just felt like they disregard that. You know, when you disregard the people who work the most and you put the persons that who can't do nothing up the top, I was really offended by that. And I just felt like my level of work, and not only just that too, they wanted me, my experience as a loss prevention investigator to basically help others to be good. So I decided I'm gonna walk away. It's so funny how good I get at loss prevention. It's so funny. Because everything comes with time, and everything comes with a high level of detail, and loss prevention is. And I think that's why I get to love it so much, because I'm a person who follow detail to the T. That is why when persons like try to go around and like try to mess with my name certain how, I'm very detailed on that, and it's because of what happened to me in life. You know what I mean? So when I went home, on my site one day something happened, and when I went home, the company decided to call me. And how they called me and how they spoke to me, the person who were at the switchboard, you know, those ones, because I was a dispatcher. Remember, anybody who know that I was a telecommunication operator working the radio room with a major company in Jamaica for what? How long again? From 2007 to, don't quote me, but I spent years in radio communication. You know what I mean? So I'm aware. So when a person call and their customer service skills is not on par, I know. So what I read from that was condescending, and it wasn't pleasant at all. And I decided that, okay, instead of go toe to toe with you, I'm not going to do that. So I channel my disappointment, and that's what made this poem right here. And it is titled Ungrateful. I think that they really are ungrateful. So here go, guys. When I got home from work, minutes to 10, thanking God that the day had finally ends. Then suddenly I heard the phone ring again. Unexpectedly, it was my company. You know, at this time, it wouldn't be no solicitation of any kind. I stood there in hesitation, thinking about whether or not to answer it. To make matters worse, they followed up with an email that made it worse. The situation worsened when this person sounded as though he was happy to call to give me this news I didn't like at all. To be honest, I wasn't amused because they wanted me to fall. That was the reason for his condescending call. It was so bad that the manager had to call to apologize for his tone of voice and for the email that didn't have a voice, but you could get the tone based on how it was worded. He acted as though I did something wrong. Remember, in this world, you can't be everyone's fan. I didn't know if you all know about this job, but in this line of work, it can be extremely difficult and sad. If it wasn't for this manager that opted quick, there is that possibility that I would quit. Let me just ask you this question real quick. Do you have any idea the level of work I have contributed to this? Please, I'm asking you to do me this favor. From now on, please to address me as Miss Thomas. As of now, this is what I would like to be called. When you start to behave fresh, this is what you get. From now on, you will have issue with me if I am not being addressed accordingly. Finally, your position in the office was created by me. Oops. Let me say by us all for the work we have contributed, you see. Oh, there you call to talk down to me. In the future, have respect for your senior supervisor. Note, this was just an appetizer because the next time this happens, it will become a full course meal. All you can eat buffet style, and don't worry, it won't cost a penny, and that is the deal. Understand this. While you sit at a desk and be confident, the company remains in operation because of what we do. Let me ask, what is your most spectacular contribution, my friend? I am not done. I have a few more questions to ask you there. What are my job titles? When I was employed, what was I hired as? When I went out to do my job, wasn't I that example you all look up on to do a phenomenal investigator to the day, if I may add? When COVID hit, loss prevention took a dip, and you all said it isn't an asset, it is a liability. This was the reason for doing tactical duties. I went out on these tactical work. I am so great that on all these sites, the clients wanted me to stay. Don't forget that this posed a problem for you all too. I am no savior, but that is what it boils down to. Don't forget the 5 major sites I have saved. Don't forget I can name all of them to this day. I parked my car, took the train to do what I have to. So don't come for me if I didn't call you. Next time, choose battles that you are confident that you can win. Listen up. I am not an office girl. I have spent almost 5 years as Central Communication Operator. I know if I squint, I can take your job in a wink. So next time, don't you dare try me. And I just think that sometimes we don't have to argue with people. We just have to use our words. Just use our words. Why argue when we can do so much more with words? Words are more powerful. Words will make people wanna cry, wanna do stuff. So this is what I decided to do. When people decided that, okay, I'm going to hate on you for whatever reason, I'm going to tell you this and I'm going to say that to you. You see this right here? I couldn't escape this. This come with the territory. This is a family trait right here from my father's side. None of this I couldn't escape. And I'm proud. How much of us today can say we are proud of who we are? I am proud of who I am. And I'm not going to allow anybody to break me, or because of your words and your lies and your manipulation, you let me started to think in my head, am I good enough? Am I good enough? Is this person good enough? No, I will not allow you to do that. So in the future, don't come for me if I didn't call you. So people who are going through something or hurting, just take up a pen. Whenever somebody hurts you or whenever you're feeling hurt, just take a pen up and just start to jot things down. You will be amazed what you accomplish. I start writing on my mother's birthday. I decided that I'm not going to give her any money on that day. And also when I remember her birthday too, it was a little bit late because I was at work too. So I decided to write her something. And I wrote a poem to her called The World's Most Profound Woman. And after I wrote that, I just kept writing. I just kept writing and I can't stop. And when I write and write, then I started to say, yo, this sounds good. And I used to channel my poem to a friend. Big up yourself, Mr. Lumsden, you know yourself. I used to send them, even when I'm on the train and the phone couldn't pick up, I used to just record it on my phone through the WhatsApp, and it would send a voice note whenever the train reach a part that it can send signal. And I always said, keep these down, make sure you don't delete them, make sure you don't lose them. So thank you so much for being there, for listening to me, because I started out writing and asking you how this sound, and you never say, hey, you're bothering me too much, or go away, I don't. You just keep them and you say, hey, that sound good, that sound good, and I just keep on going. So I just want to thank you for being a friend. I just want to thank you for your support. And I just have to acknowledge you now that I am doing a few of my poems. I have to acknowledge you that you played a big role in what I'm writing and in my craft. And I could say, hey, tell me the truth. How this go, you will always be there. So when people is there for you, and when people have done things for you, don't be afraid to acknowledge them. Don't be afraid to say, hey, thank you so much for what you have done for me. But don't ever pretend that person doesn't do anything for you or haven't done any good for you. Because it's never a good feeling when people have done things for you. If you don't even want to say what they have done, always pay homage to people who stood by you at your lowest moment. Some of us always forget that. But, as I say, big man upstairs don't forget you. He has never forget you, and he will never will. So yes, again, guys, thank you again for listening to me. And I hope that this poem that I've done for you can give you some level of motivation and inspiration. Thank you so much for listening to me. Do have a blessed day. Please remember to like, subscribe, share. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Keep the thing going. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day.